Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.
You cannot run early without data. And that's what we're talking about today on the Doc on the Run podcast. Now, I just had a conversation with a runner who signed up for one of the courses, and she actually booked a short call just to get a jump start on the course, figure out what she really needed to do, what she didn't need to do right away to get better as quickly as possible. And she asked me a really interesting question at the end of our call, and she said, okay, based on what we talked about, are you sure that my ligament's not going to just rip apart if I start running? And I said, no, I'm not sure of that at all. In fact, we didn't even talk about your injury. You told me that you think you have this injury. And I said that what you need to do right now is start tracking your pain because you don't know where you are. You have no data. You don't even know what's really wrong other than one doctor told you you had an injury. Another doctor told you didn't really have that injury. You had something else and you think you have something else entirely. So if you don't know what's wrong, you have to try to figure out what's wrong either by getting an imaging study that shows you exactly, like if you broke your leg and you see a fracture on an x-ray, you know you have a broken leg. But if you get an MRI and one doctor says one thing and another doctor says something else, you still don't know. And so then you have to try to figure out where you are in your progression of recovery and return to running. You get that through data. Not data like an MRI or a blood test, but keeping track of your pain, your discomfort, and your response to every activity you try. So when we're on that call, I told her to do a number of things like, okay, how much pain do you have right now? She said 0 out of 10. Okay, how much pain do you have stand up? 1 out of 10. How much pain do you have walking around barefoot? 1 out of 10. How much pain do you have going upstairs? 2 out of 10. How much pain do you have standing up on your foot? So we tried a whole bunch of things and said, okay, right now what you have is some data points for today. Now what you need to do is you need to check and see if you do some other things, if those go down. Like if you do some stuff to reduce the stress and strain on the injured piece of tissue and your numbers go down, you know you can do more activity without stressing and straining that injured piece of tissue more. Then what you have to do is use those strategies and start exercising. Not jumping rope or doing something that you know will screw it up, but you start doing activities that will support your running fitness while actually not aggravating the tissue. The only way that you didn't aggravate the tissue is if your pain doesn't go up. So you have to start testing methodically, and you have to do it in a thoughtful way that's actually starting with those activities that are the least likely to stress it, but the most likely to maintain your running fitness and help you maintain all the strength you built up over months or years of running. But without data, you can't do that. So you can't expect a doctor to hear your story in 5 minutes, look at your x-ray in 5 minutes, and then give you an answer in 5 minutes. But you can do this on your own in terms of creating data that you can analyze to determine, can I run? Can I do some other stuff to maintain my running fitness? Can I get back to running earlier? But without data, you just can't do that. Now, if you know an injured runner that needs to hear this, please share it with them. Please share this episode. Please like it. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next training.
Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.